Tosha Kumari, Assistant Professor, Department of English. Today we'll discuss the poem Know Then Thyself, written by Alexander Pope. This poem uh, tells about that man is a paradox of the world, and he occupies the middle position between being God and an animal. He is a combination of opposite qualities. So we see that the poet says that he hangs between in doubt to act or rest, in doubt to deem himself a god or beast, in doubt his mind or body to prefer, and born but to die, and reasoning but to err, alike in ignorance his reason search, whether he thinks too little or too much. We see that the the man is a mixture of opposite qualities. He is always in doubt. He cannot decide whether to work hard in the or to be satisfied with his present condition, present position. He fails to decide whether he should prefer the physical pleasure or the intellectual things of life. He is born but to die. Man has the gift of reason. Even then, he always makes mistakes, he commits error, and whether a man thinks too little or too much, he cannot overcome his ignorance. We see that he is always in a paradoxical situation where he hangs between what to do or not. He's always confused being and often cannot decide between two courses of action, and that's why he hangs in between. Next, we see that chaos of thought and passion all confused, still by himself, abused or disabused, created half to rise and half to fall, great Lord of all things, yet a prey to all, sole judge of truth, an endless error held, the glory, jest, and riddle of the world. This is very, very important line, the glory, jest, and riddle of the world. We see that man is in the position of paradox or confusion. He is a combination of opposite qualities. He often remains confused and cannot decide between different courses of action. So we see that the poet says that man is confused mixture of thoughts and feelings. He's always been self-deceived, or we can say undeceived. Conversely, he has the capacity to realize what is good or bad for himself. He is the supreme creature and is master of all things around him, yet he falls prey to all those things created by himself. He is the only judge of truth, yet he commits numbers of mistakes, number of errors, and we find that he is, or man is, the glory of the world because he has knowledge and wisdom, he has intellectual powers, but he is also a jest of the world because he commits many mistakes or a number of mistakes. He is a riddle of the world because he is neither an angel nor an animal. We found him in a strange mixture of thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and these things remain man remain confused in his mind. He occupies the middle position. He is neither God nor a beast, and he is not able to overcome his weaknesses so that he can rise to the level of God or angels. He even falls prey to his own temptations and becomes an animal. We see that this extract from an essay on man. The poem says that it is useless to try to study God. The proper study of mankind is man. This is very important line. The proper study of mankind is man. As man occupies the paradoxical position in this world, he is a link between God and animal, and is a mixture of opposite qualities. His knowledge prevents him from becoming a skeptic. Due to his weaknesses, he cannot become indifferent to pain and sufferings, and he remains in a state of confusion. He cannot decide whether he should act or take rest. He cannot decide whether to prefer his body or mind, whether he prefer to his thought or feelings. If he rises a little, he becomes an angel, but if he falls a little, he becomes a beast. Man is the master of all things. We have seen that master of all, but prey to all. Yet he falls a prey to everything, and he has reason, yet he commits mistake. He is only judge of truth, yet he commits error. In this way, we can say that man's position in this world is summed up in the last line that says, "Man, the glory, jest, and riddle of the world." I think we can see the man is always in the confused state, paradoxical state. So this was all about the poem Know Then Thyself. Thank you, students. Have a nice day. For next video, please subscribe the video so that you can get the notification whenever it was ready. Thank you. Have a nice day.